now here comes our most recent winner, Bob Vandergriff and Doug Kalitta. Well, you know, there is something really amazing going on here this weekend at Maple Grove, and that is that in Top Fuel, there are 5 guys already with a backup to a national record, and in Funny Car, there are 4. And when you look at how close the points are, well, the 20 points for a national record could make all the difference in the world. Can they do it?
Well, Paul, no crew chief's going to go up there on race day and say, I'm going to go try for a national record. The key is to go out there and get the win. But that being said, you have to race the racetrack. And what we saw in qualifying yesterday and the conditions we're seeing today, that means you have to run the car very hard early, otherwise you're going to get into tire shake. So the bottom line is, once the cars get past 150 feet, that track is very good. If the driver's in the groove and he makes it that far, you pour the coals to it, well, you may set a national record just by going out there trying to win the race.
And look at that list of the guys who already have a backup for the national record. This is going to be an unusual day as this great battle for the countdown to the championship continues. Bob Vandergriff on the line right now. A week ago at Dallas, his 14th final round. And this was the moment.
Up against Spencer Massey. It wasn't a pretty win for Bob Vandergriff, but it doesn't matter. The trophy doesn't say how you did it. It just says you are the Dallas winner. And Bob Vandergriff, you talk about excited, when he ran all the way back to the starting line to greet his crew and his father for a great moment.
Back to the start. I don't know which run was more impressive, in the car or out of it. Take a look at these numbers, because when you consider how long he's been trying and how hard, 17 years, 7 months, 25 days.
He drove over 88 miles in that time span, and that spanned the length of 3 different U.S. presidents in office. And like we said, in his 14th final round appearance, he finally got his first win. Nice job.
He became the 96th winner in Top Fuel history. So now he faces Doug Kalitta, a 3-time runner-up in the championship. Doug only has 1 round here the last 4 years. Is Bobby on his way to another one? A nice 381, race. 317 to a losing 383. That was a good little race. And the track is holding for him. For Vandergriff, that's a career best run.
And Bob Vandergriff's been doing a good job on the lights, got a good reaction time, had the advantage over Doug Kalitta, one of the best in the business. Crew Chief Rob Flynn, they'll put a great tune-up on that C&J Energy Services car and advance Bob into the 2nd round.
A little more on Top Fuel. Let's go to Gary Gerald.
The countdown to the championship continues to build. The 3-race Top Fuel winning streak of Antron Brown was broken last weekend in Texas. Antron, by virtue of that loss, lost his grasp on the #1 spot on the point standings, but he's already bounced back in major fashion. A national ET record yesterday in qualifying could mean that if that record holds through the end of competition today, he puts 20 valuable bonus points in his pocket and enhances his chances to get the #1 spot back. Let's go to Dave Reef.
Well, Gary Gerald, that record run wasn't the only intense moment in qualifying. Mike Dunn already talked about Brandon Bernstein being in a backup chassis. Why? Take a look at what happened to him in the 3rd session. The left tire goes down, and Brandon is on his way to try to figure out how to stop that car. The good news is he did get it stopped. A little banged up on the right leg, but otherwise unhurt. Copart crew up till about 10:30 last night preparing a backup chassis, taking all the major components off of that machine, putting it onto the brand new one. What is very interesting about this particular chassis, this will be its maiden run, getting set to take on Tony Schumacher in just a moment. John Kernan.
For the first time since last year in the finals at Pomona, Matt Hagan heads into Elimination Day as the points leader in Funny Car. He made up enough points on Mike Neff in qualifying to go up 2. So Matt's mission today, go rounds and leave here again atop the points. But he faces the unknown in round 1, young Blake Alexander, who is making his Funny Car debut in the car that John Capps took to the semis last week in Dallas.